What's up YouTube, COD4Man221 here, and welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 Online Replay for Season 4. We are playing as Wehr with Lipton and Nick. This is on the map Port of Hamburg. Now, this map has been our kryptonite. We've always lost on this map. And usually, we veto this map. But we're gonna try it this time here. So you can see I believe Nick is in the OKW. Yes, Nick is green. So basically, my goal is going to be trying to harass their field over here. I'm going to hold this whole area of the map. And Nick and Lipton are going to push towards the south early on for our field to make sure we have that. I have gone back to the old replay, listened to your feedback, and most of you like this kind of classic view of Company of Heroes, so we're going to keep it like this. The new replay system I thought was okay. I've been mostly using the old system. So this guy didn't even realize he actually had to click on to capture the field there. Anyway. Let's look what's going on in the south. You can see we have some Storm Pioneers in the house being shot at by some Tommies. And by the way, Battlefield 1 with like the British soldiers like this looks amazing. Anyway, that's just, I know, Call of Duty 4-man saying something positive about Battlefield. Anyway, well, that'll be a whole other video at some point on that, I'm sure, when we get closer. You can see I have Grenadiers coming out, and we're going to push. And I'm going to want to take, I'm really not sure if I'm going to be pushed heavily on this side. You can see they're actually going to double Nick and Lipton in the south. It's going to be a 2 versus 2, and I'm going to be basically going up against Mono. So I have my MG. I'm really not, my men can actually come in right here over this bridge, which is kind of cool. Yes, I'm setting up my machine gun right here, which is kind of a weird spot to protect my munitions, but it's more like to protect my Pioneers who are capturing this stuff. And if they hop in the house, which they're going to seize anyway, it's going to be electric here, but we do the munitions, and I can get a flamethrower, I think. I'm going to move up right here, so my MG can suppress those guys in the building. Let's go down. Okay, in the middle here, the Soviet is going to start bombarding off, and he's going to come into contact with some of my Grenadiers here. And he's actually going to try to build, and he's actually getting shot. So his men are running away, and we're still firing, so we've taken one guy out here. They're going to be behind cover, but so are we. So we both have the bonus here. And even with this guy trying to take me out, I should be able to beat this unit here. It's now 3 on 3, and they're a 6-man unit. Keep that in mind. But now it's 3 on 2, 2 on 2, and we're gonna win this fight. I do have a machine gun, an MG coming up here, and you can see Nick and Lipton are working together in the south, and have pushed back the British and the Soviets. Well, the British and the British and the Soviets. So I'm actually trying to get this unit out of here. I don't, I want them to retreat, but I don't want to run past these units here. So I have my machine gun set up, which should cover my units to retreat here. So I see that, if he wants to move forward, he'll have to come into my machine gun range. So besides the fact that I was just shooting at this thing, I'm just really waiting for my flamethrowers here. Nick's gonna come help me crash into this area right here and take the center back. And the only thing protecting this guy is he's 2 riflemen in that building, and I got news for you. That's not good when we have a flamethrower. So he's forced to fall back here. You can see British machine guns are pushing up here, but Lipton does have some Grenadiers outflanking them here. Did you just see what he called them? Oh, jeez. I gotta say, the commentary they have for the Germans in this game and some of the other factions is just hilarious. For instance, whenever you back up as the Germans, the Wehrmacht here, they'll say, "Germany is that way," and it's just, I think it's fun. It's just, this game is fun. And now they're gonna try to outflank me here, but I'm not gonna let that happen. I am gonna be reinforcing my Grenadiers. So I do have 2 machine guns out here. These guys are, look at them. They're pushing them all the way back to their own base here. They did take out the mortar here, but there's a nice Dushka covering them, so they have to be careful. 3 Grenadiers. So I'm going to move up. I am suppressing these guys. I'm going to try to get behind some cover so we're not just getting shot. But keep in mind, they only have like 1 window to shoot at me here. And this is going to push that squad out. So I definitely know he's going to outflank me to the north, because I saw him take this point. So I'm simply going to try to engage them and move my machine gun. Unfortunately, though, the position he's taken up, I only have one guy shooting at him, and he only has one guy shooting at me. And my machine gun's not in good position, so I'm gonna have to move it. And I'm now taking this victory point here. Let's go back over here. I'm gonna be a tactical retreat back to the base that's just been set up by Nick. In the middle of the open. Like, even here would be a little bit better, but it is on the road. Okay, we can see I have my machine gun set up here, trying to suppress him. I'm gonna hop into this house with my MG, I think. Nope, I'm gonna turn. I see there's an enemy unit here that's gonna have to push back here. So this machine gun is covering the center here. I should have garrisoned this house, but it's a pretty tall building, but there's also a bunch of Brits over here, so. And I've constructed this. I can now get Panzer Grenadiers, half track, and scout car. Once again, love the half track. We are not in cover here. I'm gonna hop my MG in this house here, but there's no windows on this side, so he is keeping his men in cover, but these guys are great at flushing units out of cover with their flamethrowers. I'm gonna surprisingly I did very little. I'm gonna have to fall back with that squad. This squad is coming up though. I did manage. These guys are very low health here. I should really switch on my gun here. They could throw a grenade in here, which they're gonna do. So he got kind of lucky there, and it's gonna hurt my unit pretty badly actually. But he actually, no, that squad got away. We did wipe out one squad though. So now their fuel's in trouble. We have both fuel sources currently. Look at this massive fight over here. They're building emplacements. And I guess this is why you need the Panzerschreck. Because you need these to take out. I would start immediately throwing grenades on these guys. Good teamwork there. You can see Lipton has some stormtroopers here. Very cool. But they are just spamming mortars and mortar emplacements. There are 2 mortar emplacements there and 2 Soviet mortars here. It is not a pretty fight down here. It is brutal. There's a ton of infantry killing each other. But keep in mind, squads like this, they're going to be in trouble if they throw grenades. So, I've run into recently playing as the Axis a decent amount. I've run into a lot of these I've run into a lot of these mortar emplacements, and I don't think that whenever you have the stand fast ability, or the one that anything that lets them repair themselves, they should not be allowed to fire. That's just my opinion. I don't think that they should be allowed to be able to repair and be shooting at the same time. Now, they're braced right now, so they're not firing. But if you're repairing, if you have these 4 guys repairing their emplacement here, because look, like even the damage they were doing to them is just not enough because they're repairing it. So I think that's just ridiculous. So you shouldn't have them allowed to be repaired and fired. Because if you think about it, logically, if you're going to have these guys repair, well, they're gone now. But if you're going to have these guys repairing, they wouldn't be able to man their weapons, right? It's just common sense. And I have a bunker here, and I'm going to try upgrading this. We do have a lot of munitions here. I kind of left this. Look at this. And you see the mines go off. I just wiped out his captain. You probably shouldn't just run straight through them. So I wiped out his captain, which is nice. But he has a bunch of bazookas here. Look at his men all huddled up here. Lipton's taking a very aggressive approach. He does have a machine gun even in here, but they're just... Yeah, they got them pushed back to their base, guys. This is like right along their baseline here. Now they're going to get a bunch of these armored cars. And he's going to start building an emplacement over here. So it failed against Nick and Lipton. Still going to try my position over here. I do have Panzer Grenadiers here. And I do have a bunker now, so that's important. I'm grabbing an AT gun because I saw this scout car here. And AT guns are actually great against the mortar emplacements. Surprisingly, these cars actually have a lot of armor. They can take quite a few shots. Anyway, these guys do have bars, and I have to pull back here behind my machine gun here. And when I can, I'd probably like to get these guys with Panzerschrecks, but at least we have the main road blocked here. I've basically I basically cut all the barbed wire around here, and I'll cut this one in a minute here, but I'm trying to coordinate my anti-tank gun coming up. And now this guy's going to kind of make a mistake here. By the way, it's all quiet down here. There's nothing really happening. So his men are going to get suppressed here, and he's going to get all 3 units suppressed by this. He's going to keep advancing. And I can start shooting at them, and they're in the street. So we're going to pick off this unit, and we're going to push back all 3 of his units here. A grenade would actually have been excellent right here. He probably would have ran back, though. But I don't know. He's letting his men just get pinned here. But these guys have 3 kills so far. It's not a ton, but it's still 4 kills now. That was pretty good. Now they're building this and they're using steadfast to repair. So yeah, Nick is gonna run back to his headquarters here, trying to get his units killed. So Lipton actually has a Vickers here he stole from them. They have smoke too, wow. So I need to do some damage. I do have my AT gun here, and I'm going to equip these guys with the Panzerschreck. So you can see he's actually braced his structure, and I'm upgrading. Thankfully he's not actually repairing right now, otherwise it'd be pretty hard to stop him. So I'm trying to spread out my units and trying to dodge some of this stuff, but I'm going to have to fall back actually. I think there's too many units right here. So I'm gonna push back here. The Brits have 2 emplacements here, and this guy is braced. So I do have our Panzerschreck, so I feel pretty confident about holding this road here. I do have an AT gun and AT units here, so if he does want to move up with this Steward, he's going to be in trouble. I decided to skip the Support Armor Corps, and I've gone right to the Heavy Panzer Corps, and this will give me access to Panthers and the very good Panzerwerfer. I could really use a half-track, but I need to get a tank. A tank would be very important right now. Now, because I've upgraded this unit with the AT, I may actually get a second unit with the AT. I just really I don't want them to build in this position, which they're actually starting to do here. He has damaged their engine here, and these guys are running the wrong way. Lipton's base is kind of toward the center here. And these guys actually seem like they ran the gauntlet here. Nope, he died. So now the Stewart's in the center. I'm in a little bit of trouble. I have to move these men over to help support my machine gun. It's all by itself here, trying to hold off these units with the Stewart. So we're also getting bombarded by the mortars here. So if he's not careful, he will lose this Stewart here. He's going to back up. So the Stewart is down. My machine gun is 1 man on it, but he got wiped out here. So this is actually even covering the victory point, which is excellent here. So I'm struggling with manpower right now. There's a lot of light vehicles in the field, and he's kind of... The mortar emplacements already have 4 kills and 1 kill here, so...
We have a forward structure under attack.
This forward structure is under attack here. I'm probably going to lose this bunker if I'm not careful.
The adversary has slipped to 100 points.
But they're down to 100 points already at 14 minutes, and we have 2 out of 3 victory points here. So our opponents are getting their butt kicked right now. He's building a 3rd emplacement here, even further down in the position. They even have some kind of a mine on this road here. Now, a way to counter this is Stuka-Sufus's, which should be good with Nick had those. But right now they're trying to kill. There's just so much light armor, and they can just pop smoke. Nice. That was like a double hit there from Nick. And then again, these guys love artillery. They have Su-76s now. Yeah, which are using the barrage ability. So just spamming emplacements and putting a bunch of mines around. Don't play like this, guys. If you're playing COH2 as the British for the first time, you need one emplacement. That is one mortar emplacement for direct fire. Not 3, 1.
The enemy is down to 75
It's considered cheap to spam like that. Anyway, I now have 2 full squads here with Panzer Schrecks ready to do some damage. This guy's down to 1 unit. Thankfully I can get I need to pull this unit back. I can grab a Panther here soon. My guy is gonna retreat now. I'm keeping my men alive. They are vet 2. My munitions is going all towards upgrading these guys. They're gonna kill this thing here.
our forward buildings.
So they're gonna make a large push over here, and I don't really have a whole lot that can stop them. I thought they would hit the center for sure, but they're gonna concentrate all their forces over here against me.
Destroyed one of our
You can see they've all moved up to the center victory point here. And I just did a mass. I think I meant to only retreat 1 unit, but I said retreat from all of this, so they're gonna take this point early on. Now, if he's bold enough to push forward with these armored cars, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble.
to steal our sector.
He just knocked the oil pipeline down here. So it is not looking good right now. They've dug in. They now have a bunch of the. He has 1 so far. Mono has 1 of these artillery, these howitzers, and he's going to pull up a second one here. And we need to smoke along this area here. At least he's neutralized that. But I mean, we have the center victory point. There's no question about that. I mean, we have the southern victory point. Now the question is, how are we going to take one of these? And as you see, they've kind of dug in.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
And with this forward position here, I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble.
The enemy is taking
So
our
I'm grabbing a
territory.
Panther, but I'm forced to fall back here. These guys are just for AT, really. They're really not designed to take on riflemen with bars, especially when we're in the middle of the street here. So all my units are back at base, and I've had to kind of stop reinforcing early on. And I'm giving Lipton some recon here with my own plane. You can look at the fog of war here.
Our opponents
But it
are
will get
taking
shot
our
down by
sector.
this quad 50 cal there. No, I actually wasn't watching. I did not see that the enemy actually had didn't see they actually had a position back here to reinforce. So not looking good. All 3 have now shifted up north towards me, which is bad, obviously. I do have a Panther out though, so hopefully some heavy armor could turn the field. I'm gonna build a bunker here.
Reconnaissance flight ready at your disposal.
Probably should have built it right here. That would have made it very safe from artillery. They're gonna move up their Cromwell, and this is just cocky. They're feeling too confident right now. So Cromwell was forced back here. The Panther's up here too. If he had come a minute or 2 later, he would have been in a lot of trouble here. But you can see they have a lot of infantry around here, and all the way out here, they're hitting us with some howitzer. So that was Lipton just lost his unit there. So I am healing up my units here with this medic bunker. It's pretty exposed. Like I said, I should have built it along here. They've actually marked my vehicle for destruction. So I do have an Easy 8 coming up. I gotta say, Nick has this camouflage too for his tanks. It's a very cool camo. That's an Easy 8. And keep in mind, this guy does have the Easy 8 bulletins. So he has the increased armor penetration, that's great, and he also has move 5% faster and accelerate. So they can move faster, they do more damage. That's pretty good. I have the Tiger bulletins though,
Has arrived.
and my Grenadier bulletin. Make them fire faster. So now I have a half track here, and I'm not going to upgrade with flames. I need to help reinforce my units at the front line here. This guy's RVET 1, and I can target a weak spot here. We need to kind of get out of this bottleneck here, so I'm going to actually try to move forward with my tank here and get it over the bridge. Meanwhile, they are pushing in over here, so this is pretty bad. They just wiped out my crew here.
Destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Now, as these guys get closer, though, look at this. Lipton put some artillery down for me with the Panzerwerfer and actually managed to kill, but look at that. Artillery is so annoying on this game sometimes. So, yeah. My main gun's destroyed here. I gotta repair this half-track here. So this really shows how weak I am in the center. Nick has his Fallschirmjägers that are suppressed currently by this. And now I have my Grenadiers and my Panther moving over here. They moved up their ambulance. They do have a bunch of fuel caches down. This is a damaged building, keep that in mind. And our first shot bounces right off this train stopper there. Again. We're just not able to hit this thing. 3 times. Anyway, there's an easy 8 right here that I see, and I'm going to immediately start shooting at him. Look what he has. He has this emplacement right here, and that is going to be a really big problem. I got to fall back here. My men are getting butchered. But this is very bad. They have a pounder here, a 17-pounder AT. So I'm in trouble here, and look, like my tank is just, I have no idea what the hell he's doing here. But you'd usually be screwed if I'm not able to pathfind this car. They put smoke everywhere, which actually helped my tank get out of here. So I'm trying to target the Cromwell or whatever I can. I'm just going to try to get over my bridge here back to my base, but that was really close. These armored cars, pretty durable. So these guys are back at base. I need to reinforce. I'm going to call some more recon down. This guy has 4 emplacements here, including an AT gun. This is very far forward. This AT gun could probably hit to like here. Now, if I had some munitions, a frag bomb would actually probably destroy this thing. Now, the Su-76 in bulk is actually pretty deadly. Especially these guys can actually pierce frontal armor of a Tiger. Nick does have his King Tiger though, but we could really. Oh, did he build? That's really nice if he. Yeah, he built this up. Shields his. That's good. We need artillery to pound these guys. Particularly, he's actually trying to destroy this right here. You need a Stuka-Sifus. That's much better against infantry, the Panzerwerfer. Anyway, now I'm getting kind of nervous. They have 46 points. We need to wrap this game up, but we need to take this position back. They have captured an MG. This one looks like an MG-34 from Nick, and this looks like a Vickers. So I was going to try to move forward and destroy this, but like I said, he's just going to repair, and there's no point. And he's popped a flare here. Okay, so we're actually going to try to take this northern area again. Can get a Tiger, that's what I've been saving up my manpower for. He has 2 forward things to even make this shoot faster. Does he have any real infantry? Okay, he has 1 infantry squad. He got all his guys repaired. So I'm gonna push this guy back. I do a machine gun here now. I'm a little nervous because I don't know what kind of armor these guys have. They could rush my single Panther and kill it. Nick does have a Stuka-Sifus, thankfully. Now, if this Cromwell wants to try to take me on here, I do have a Panzerfaust I can use. However, I'm outnumbered by a lot here, and they're going to hit my rear armor here, and I'm almost going to lose my Panther. So I'm going to pump smoke and blitz the hell back here. But check it out. Through the smoke, all my units here, I turn my tank around. It's an ambush. They're in trouble. Goodbye, Cromwell. Goodbye, other scout car. And just like that, with these guys coming up, they're going to lose all their tanks. Goodbye. And so long. So the infantry units are getting pinned. I have a lot of veteran units start shooting at the tank here. Need to pull these guys back, but the Easy 8 can try to take us on. We do have a lot of Panzer Shreks here. Ready to do some battle here. So I did some real damage against this guy, and he's popping smoke behind him. That's actually pretty good tactics with him. But that was perfect there. The fact that I was able to kind of back up, they pop smoke, and then those guys come out of the smoke and just slaughter his units there. What would be devastating is if they put a satchel charge here and just wiped out a bunch of units. Nick is pushing up, and he's slowly starting to take back the center here. He has wiped out a lot of the enemy, enemy Su-76s. They can't do anything against the King Tiger here. And also, keep in mind, all the artillery is back here now. He's built it way too far back. They have a lot of veterancy, though. I think he's trying to... Interesting. So, I got one of these guys out. I got sniped, actually, all the way from here, but I wanted to have these guys burn a little bit. So I'm forced to fall back again, but I'm neutralized this point at least. We're no longer bleeding on victory points. But I have a Tiger now, so we're ready to do some... he's got to be careful here, too. They could run up with the tank or something. This is, once again, repairing. I'm curious, how much does this cost to repair all the emplacements? Let's go to him here. 50. Yeah, that needs to be like 100.
Emplacement under attack.
Okay. Anyway, enough about the emplacement. Lipton's gonna charge forward here, and it's braced. My Tiger's gonna move up. I try to support him here. It's just gonna be an infantry rush. Not best infantry rush, but it's still... We did a lot of damage here, but Lipton's he's gonna at least kill the engineers that help repair this thing. I bring my Panther over, and this thing is almost dead, but I'm gonna have to fall back at this point because there's a lot of... These guys all have bazookas. They have an Easy 8 and a Firefly here. However, we do have artillery, and it's gonna come right along this area here. And goodbye emplacement. That's 75 fuel. Once again, they're trying to single me out here, but this Panther has 9 lives. It cannot be destroyed. It actually does not have 9 lives. I was kidding. I was trying to bring my Tiger over to help support, but I didn't realize this Easy 8 was here. And believe it or not, the Tiger can actually not go over this bridge here. So I just gave this to Lipton since he wanted it. So he's almost dead here. It'd be so nice if we were able to take this out, but it looks like he's going to get away because we're slow. Well, I'll at least get a nice shot on the Easy 8 there, and I'm going to back up toward my units here, my AT units here. I'm going to try to... Look at this, he's brought all this artillery up here. I'm going to try to go after, look for some tanks here. And I just these guys, I'm going to start throwing grenades if I can. Grenade on this unit here. I might as well try to take out some of this artillery if I can. And the AT guns are I really care about. So at least I'm killing some units here. I'm going to have to fall back. These guys are Vet 3. My guys are bunched up here. There's a lot of mortars coming down. I got to fall back. I did lose one of my squads. It was just a Pioneer squad. Now there's an ISU 152 over here that Nick has to worry about. Sugasui is going down, doing some damage to him. Ultimately, it's going to be who can get enough infantry here to hold this long enough. But now my tanks are beat up, so I need to heal these up. My tanks are in kind of desperate need. And especially very vulnerable here. I should probably pull my tank across the bridge. Figure if Nick got a second Stuka-Sufus. So this badge could have been over 12 minutes ago if we'd just been able to hold the north, or even the center. Probably the north would have been the easiest. But we like a little bit longer videos, not 17 minutes, right? Alright, Lipton's trying to repair. The engine is still damaged. He needs to fully repair that right there. Let's see, we have 2 Easy 8s moving up. He's gonna pop soak. I'm gonna have to fall back in my own tank here. Lipton's gonna charge his infantry once again. Yeah. It's not looking good for the infantry charge there. They have a lot of artillery. Now he has 2 Fireflies. And I wasn't looking right here, and my Tiger's gonna die. I didn't think they'd move up that quickly, so that's actually a big blow.
We have lost a Panzer.
So that's pretty bad. I do have a machine gun now set up over here, Vet 2, but he's gonna get just destroyed by these.
He has killed a machine gun crew.
And Lipton never finished fully repairing this, so that guy's engine's absolutely destroyed, so he's not going anywhere. Unbelievable, he's actually going to leave him out of here. He's going to leave that thing alone, so he needs to get that repaired. And I'm going to keep making pushes on my base. Let's go to the south here. You can see the Russians are down here. And the King Tiger is doing a lot of damage. But he's getting hit at distance. Now, what people don't do with the ISU 152 that they should is they should switch to high explosive shells. Those are excellent. And he's actually shocked the crew there, so Nick does have to be a little careful. His tank is beat up. Because the explosive shells are what really just wipe out infantry. So he used recon again to help Lipton direct his artillery fire. You can see the crews are out of their things here. We could actually theoretically kill these guys here and then move up a quick squad to sneak in. So it looks like they both retreated. That's over with. Lipton's tank needs to be repaired. I gotta repair my own tanks first, otherwise then I'll help him out. I also am saving up for another. He needs to get this repaired here. I'm saving up for another Tiger here. And if Nick does this Lipton does this counter artillery against some of their AT guns and their units in the center, I'm totally for that, because they've been pounding us to hell with all these mortar emplacements and howitzers, so look at that. I think it's just a combination of all these units to just, it's annoying. It looks like Nick almost lost his King Tiger down here. They are pushing up in the center. And there goes that AT gun. I do have my units here to try to push it back. I know this is an ABRE Churchill, and that's pretty darn dangerous here. I have another Panzer IV moving up. Sorry, a Panther moving up. So I'm going to take this point here. They're down to 46. Let's put the pressure on here with their artillery spam. Okay, our bullish fight up close and personal. But they're also getting, like, absolutely railed by artillery. This is cocky here. Look at him just moving up. And then he's got the ABRE here. I'm just going to get as close as I can to this thing, because the ABRE needs to be distance. And I'm going to start shooting at him. He's actually taking a lot of damage. That did a decent amount of damage to my Vet 2 tank here. But if we can take out this ABRE, that would be excellent here. We're going to actually push. They don't have anything really to stop us in the center here. All the tanks are kind of concentrated down in the south here. So he's dead now. So we got him. So they're starting to... They've lost a decent amount of armor so far here. And Lipton's artillery is really helping that he has two of these just to pound the AT guns, other units they have in the center here. And, you know, these guys can fire, but these are built so far back early on, they're not doing as well. I have more another recon coming by to kind of show us what they have and where their units are positioned. Like, this is a great target for Lipton's guns here. And you can see Nick is actually, we're close to victory. We have 25 points right now. They're in a lot of trouble here. Nick really needs some more infantry up here though, and he should establish a forward retreat base at some point. He can call the airborne assault down, which should be very good to do early on. They would actually smoke an area, they'd put a bunch of smoke down, and then Fallschirmjägers would drop down. So if you want some free troops on manpower, that's a good way to do it. And I have my flame track, but bazookas are pretty deadly here. I gotta get these Vet 3 squad guys out of here. So they briefly taken that, but they are down to 17 points here. And if I just get Lipton's blob, or Lipton's infantry, just to actually move up here a little bit, we should be able to take this victory point and be able to beat these guys. But I don't know, you know, we have AT here. We're gonna make this like a, you know, pretty deadly for any tanks here. So they lost another easy 8 here, and these things are not easy to replace. They do cost a decent amount of manpower. So we're just preserving our tanks where we have a lot more AT, and I can actually upgrade these guys with a single Panzer strike. Lipton does have the Broomber here, and this can actually take out infantry. It's actually kind of like a bunker buster. So my enemies are assaulting here, and we're gonna... I actually got my whole squad wiped out by Lipton's artillery here. He likes to use artillery danger close, and that's in the true meaning of the sense. So they have 17 points. We can actually try to take this if we can. You can see Lipton has my AT gun here from earlier. He's kind of a scavenger here in this match. He took my mortar half-track, and he took my AT gun over here. And I guess I got my half-track must have got... Oh, no, my half-track died over here. So I'm going to move in here, and I'm like, oh, this is a bad idea. So I moved my tanks in, and I saw a SU-70... I saw a Jackson, an ISU-170, an ISU, Easy 8, and a damaged tank here. But look at that, they're just taking a lot of casualties. You know, they've taken a lot of armor losses here so far. But yeah, when you see like 4 tanks against your 2, and they're all very tank destroyers and heavy tanks, you probably don't want to engage that. I don't know what he was doing this ISU-152 here. But now that's out of control. So any advantage thought they had in the south, they're in a lot of trouble with. So this is a great target for artillery right here. And here comes the artillery coming in. Right along this gap here. Let's look at how many kills these guys have. 26-11. So he's got about, that's a decent number of kills there. My good old Panthers. 2 infantry kills and 1 vehicle, 1 infantry. So these guys have not killed a lot of infantry, but they have done a lot of damage to tanks. So I'm going to try to capture this. I wish I had some smoke I could throw down. But this is helping killing infantry here with this Broomber here. So we're down to 200 points here, but I think we have this. I have more Grenadiers coming up. My units are trying to get repaired here, though. The thing is, this is far enough away that the mortars actually cannot fire. Some of them, I think. And I almost lose my tank here, but they're just going to lose this tank here. The Easy 8s are just not... Easy 8s are not good against infantry. I have to pull back these guys. 17 kills, 15 infantry. 5 kills on these guys. But we have this here. Smoke's going down. I think they're actually helping me out with smoke. Stormtroopers are there, and you can see we're going to now fire some of these Panzerwerfers here.
Enemy can taste defeat. They only have 10 points remaining.
Down to 10 points. Kill infantry was trying to advance forward. Next King Tiger kind of pushed in here and it's threatening the flank over here. So we're down to 2 points and we are neutralized in the middle. Nick was. So let's look at what the emplacements actually did throughout this whole match. 10 infantry kills, 10 infantry kills, 32 infantry. So they had about 50 kills from these mortars, which was a lot. Let's look at the stats here. I lost a ton of men. I was, 130 guys lost their lives for just my army alone, but I did deal the most damage in this match to a lot of tanks. Thankfully, my Panthers were able to really push on in. I think the reason our opponents lost this was besides the fact they artillery spammed like hell. They weren't able to overcome Nick in the south. His King Tiger was able to take out the Soviet armor, the Su-76s they spammed. Lipton also did a great job with the counter barrage. He was basically using these two Panzerwerfers to basically level any of the enemy positions, including the emplacement that was up here earlier. Also, one thing is where they built their placements. These were too far back. These are right basically at their base. Pretty darn close to their base here. And while they could all destroy the center victory point by bombarding that, they could not actually reach out here. Anyway, good game to our opponents. Hope you guys enjoyed the match, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. COD Format 221, signing off.